Welcome back. Our first guest is no stranger to many in the community. He's a retired teacher from Nevada Union High School, where he served as the athletic director and taught government for over 20 years. He was and is the perfect choice as the Career Technical Education, known as CTE, and the Youth Leadership Project Coordinator. The shared position is the first of its kind, focusing on developing and supporting youth leadership and career opportunities. He's been instrumental in developing the county's new Youth Commission, a platform aimed at empowering and amplifying the voices of young people in our community. So Jeff Dellis,
Yep.
I didn't mention his name, but it's nice to have you here.
Pleasure.
And I tell you what, tell me what you're doing. I mean, you've got a big list of things there, but let me know what it all entails.
Right. So as you mentioned, I taught at Nevada Union for a long time. Head basketball coach, athletic director, taught a class called AP American Government and Politics.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty ingrained in the community. I moved up in 1990. Loved my time at Nevada Union. And when my wife and I turned 55, we got this itch to do something a little bit different. So we both got jobs on the Central Coast. She was the superintendent in Carmel Unified School District. I was the athletic director at Monterey High School. We got down there just in time for the pandemic. And so it wasn't really the experience we'd hoped, and it's beautiful, but home was calling, and we were there for 3 years. We came home and decided we were going to retire. And for me, that lasted about 6 months. And, a word of advice for anybody who's contemplating retirement: make sure that you have hobbies. And I was pretty wrapped up in work and coaching and athletics. So when I retired, I was bouncing off the walls. And I was honored that the county CEO, Allison Lehman, reached out and asked if I'd be interested in helping create a youth commission for the county. And there's a need to broaden the perspective. The Board of Supervisors are all fabulous individuals. They are a very functional body, but there's not a whole lot of youth on that board. And so the idea was
to be careful. Some
right?
of the ladies may be a little angry
right?
about that.
For sure, they might be
Talking about their age.
They're delightful. But Allison asked me to help create this commission. Mm-hmm. And so summer of 23, I set to work with 14 local high school students. We coined ourselves the Founders. And one of those founders will be your next guest, Makenzie Rist. And we took the summer to create this board, this commission. We wrote bylaws, we networked with the supervisors, we met with department heads, we reached out to existing youth commissions throughout the state of California. And what resulted was, in August of 23, the Board of Supervisors unanimously approved our existence. So we got to work. We had to recruit and vet candidates for the first youth commission, and we started work December of 23. Each year we will select 3 issues to focus on, and so we're now in our second term, and we've focused on 3 issues that are of particular interest to young people. One is recreation, with an emphasis on the arts this year. A second one has to do with career development and exploration. And our third one is emergency preparedness. So, kids are just as saddled as everybody else with concerns about being prepared for any potential forest fires or anything of that nature. And so right now, the emergency preparedness crew is just putting together a series of videos on how to drive in the snow. Young drivers haven't had that opportunity yet, so we're trying to broaden their perspective a little bit.
I think you could show that to the older drivers also.
We can, for sure.
I think they would appreciate it. Now, that was the one job, was your youth commission. There was another one that you're in charge of. Can you tell me a little bit what that is?
Sure. So, and this really speaks to the creativity of Allison Lehman and the high school district superintendent, Dan Frisella. They got together and created a joint position, which we believe to be the first of its kind, joining a position that is, I answer to 2 boards, I answer to 2 bosses, but it serves multiple purposes, and that is finding internships for high school students in our career technical education pathways. So Nevada Joint Union has 14 different pathways, from various agriculture areas to auto mechanics to sports medicine. And we partner with a number of different agencies. Dignity Health is a fabulous partner. We have 55 sports med students who intern at the hospital in any given week. Very impressive. The county is also doing its part. We have several interns with various departments within the county. And so the internship program is a great way for kids to get work-based learning opportunities, dabble in something, see if it's something that they want to do in the future. So kids that want to be doctors, or kids that want to be nurses, or work in ambulances, for instance, they're getting that firsthand experience and letting them know about jobs that exist right here in Nevada County. And our research shows that it's easier to place people that already live here than try to get people to move from the outside and find jobs here. So that's what we want to do. We want to make this a mutually beneficial experience for both the students and their learning, and for our local businesses.
Okay. Now, one other thing, I didn't mention it before, but you mentioned that you're also running the Citizens Academy?
Yeah, and this is another Allison project. It's been in existence for about 10 years now, and Citizens Academy kind of pulls the curtain back on how county government operates. And it's 10 weeks. We do it twice a year right now. We just finished the fall session. We'll do another one in the spring. And it's 10 consecutive Tuesdays where they learn about county finance, they learn about what Health and Human Services offers, what public safety looks like. We do several field trips. We tour Wayne Brown Correctional Facility, the new Operations Center on LeBar Meadows, Brighton Greens, their behavioral health area. So really it's an opportunity for the public to see what the county government actually does.
Okay. Well, it sounds like not only 2 jobs you have a third one also. So
yeah.
So much for retirement, right?
So much, right?
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you being here.
It's a pleasure.
And don't go away. There's more to come.
Hi, I live in a state of hopefulness, not because life is easy, smooth, or without pain that at times has felt unbearable, but because life has shown me that hope hides in the darkest of corners. Life has also shown me time and time again that hope is constant. Spring comes, the bud opens, we see and get to feel the love that surrounds us all in this amazing community. Hope is always present. Sometimes we just need to look a little closer.
Hi. "13 years ago, my much younger husband, that was 17 years younger than me, passed away. Then 2 days later, my dad passed away. Then a couple weeks later, my brother passed away. So I had all my men I lost, all within a short time. Well, when I came back from the Bay Area from having my husband cremated, I came back here and I had a ride with a family member, and they had informed me that since my husband died, I won't have his finances anymore, that I won't be able to feed my dogs and my bird, and that I had to get rid of them. And I looked at my family member and said, "What are you talking about? They're all I have left. No matter what, I was going to keep them. I was determined." So I looked around, asked questions to people and everything, and I found the pet pantry, and they were willing to help feed my dogs and my parrot.
Owning and caring for a pet promotes health, reduces loneliness, and brings joy and comfort for our seniors, especially those that are homebound. Without the Pet Food Pantry, our seniors are at risk for losing their cherished companion.
Pet Food Pantry programs are donation funded. Without assistance, many seniors share their meals or go without their meals to provide for their pets. This is not healthy for either the pet or the senior. Help your older neighbors by helping their pets. Donate or volunteer today.
They have helped me so much, you have no idea.
Welcome back. Our next guest was one of the 14 youth interns that helped create the Nevada County Youth Commission. She's very active in high school sports, as well as serving as a bridge between the youth and the Board of Supervisors to help facilitate positive change. So we'd like to welcome Makenzie Rist. Right?
Yes.
Nice to have you here, Makenzie.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. I tell you what, can you tell us what your role is on the Youth Commission?
So on the
And
youth,
feel free to just talk.
okay. On the Youth Commission, well, I originally started as a founder, and then so we worked all through the summer, and I know you heard a little bit from Jeff last segment. And then now I'm the chair serving my second term. So the first year we were kind of cut short because it didn't get put into action until December due to the preparations needed to initially begin the Youth Commission. And so after approval, there was a little bit of a gap, and then I returned and got voted on by my peers to be the chair for the 23-24 term. And then now am re-voted in to be the chair again for this term. And so last year was definitely a bit of a learning experience, not only for me, but for all of us. It was nice to have a large group of the founders who really knew what the roots and the structure of the commission was and had an original vision, and then had outside people that joined us, and we all kind of worked together to create this new thing, because the first year was definitely still a creating time for us.
Okay.
And then this year, we're definitely more established, have a lot of community ties and everything that we built from last term, and are able to really function and work together as a group to get a lot of stuff done.
So this youth commission, the Youth Commission, has been in existence for 2 years?
Yes. So it originally got set into place
Excuse
in December of 23, so kind of like a year and a half ish in terms of terms. We've served a full term, and then now about halfway through our second term.
Okay, terrific. Now, what is it exactly you folks try to accomplish?
So we're given a blank palette every time we meet, and can really tackle anything that we want, because it's the Youth's Commission, so they can just bring ideas. We get into the community and really see what we believe and want and what the community needs and wants. And so a big part of that is our 3 focus points that we choose every year. Last year we had ones on recreation and mental health and the food in schools. And this year we decided to choose recreation again, but with a heavier focus on the arts. and then emergency preparedness and career development and education, which is kind of a spin-off of CTE in schools, which is a big thing coming in.
All right. Now, do you, as a commission, do you form recommendations, and who do you send these, or who do you send these to?
So a lot of times the board can approach us, and I know we've been working a lot with Supervisor Bullock, and he has been really engaging us to get involved with community or seniors in the community. So that's one of our ad hoc committees, which is a more like floating committee. We did one pushing for people to vote, so an elections ad hoc. And so now we're doing our senior citizens one in partner with him. Mm-hmm. But then at the end of every term, we prepare and present a slideshow overview of what we did for the year.
And present that to the Board of Supervisors?
Present that to the Board of Supervisors.
Do you also present to the school board or the county board of education, people like that, outside of the Board of Supervisors?
We don't specifically. I know we have had people go to the school board for certain things, but then our main focus is the supervisors for Nevada County.
Okay. You haven't made it to the city councils yet?
No. We did have a steering committee while we were founding the commission that had members of city council, members of the school board, community members, people who run nonprofits. And so when we were founding that, we met with that group multiple times.
Now, you're Nevada Union.
Yes,
you have,
yes.
Members from Bear River and from Truckee, or what is that, Truckee High School?
Yeah. So we have members from Truckee High School, NU. We actually do have some this year from Godoti, and then there was some from Sale, and then Truckee as well.
Okay. I was wondering about that too, if we were including the Eastern. So it's a panel of 14?
So our founders was a panel of 14. We have, I believe, 18 right now in total on the commission. We originally planned to have around 15 people, and then once we got the applications for that first term, we realized there was a lot more people interested and knowing about it than we expected at first. Mm-hmm. And so we actually raised the number that we'd accept onto the commission.
Terrific, Makenzie.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add, put out there?
Really, if anyone in the community has needs or wants or youth-driven things, we're always open to adding things to our agendas, having people come in and speak to us. We do a lot of meetings throughout the month and really get involved in the community so we can help and just be involved in general.
All right, then. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I got to add one thing. Are you a senior?
Yes.
What's your plans for after high school?
I just applied to UCLA and I toured it a couple weeks ago. So I hope to go to UCLA and study biology and then become a doctor.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Makenzie.
Thank you.
It was great.